The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. Summertime is generally considered to be a romantic time, what with June, the moon, and all. But here it is September, and the great Gildersleeve has made very little progress in his courtship of the attractive Miss Gloria McKinley. Consequently, he's taking quite a ribbing from his little family.
Now, Marjorie, I'm not upset because you had a date last night with that oily assistant manager of Hogan Brothers.
I know that, Unky. You're just upset because you had dates with him 5 nights in a row.
Well, she has to be diplomatic. After all, Mr. Krause is her boss.
Hey, Unc.
Yes, Leroy?
Why don't you give her a job in the water department? Make her be diplomatic to you.
Leroy, I don't have to go to such lengths to get ahead of Hogan Brothers' assistant manager. I don't understand what she sees in that Krause anyway. Him and his slick hairdo. He isn't nearly as handsome as I am. Well, is he?
Do I have to answer that? Just when I want to raise my allowance?
Well, I think Miss McKinley is very easily impressed, Unky. After all, she considers an assistant manager a very important person.
Well, let's not forget that I'm city water commissioner. That makes me a pretty important person, too.
Oh, let's face it, Unc. You're just a politician. And this year they're a dime a dozen.
Leroy.
Even with inflation.
Leroy.
Okay.
Gloria only goes with that fellow because he knows a few prominent people.
Well, you know prominent people, Unky. There's Mr. Bullard right across the street.
Well, yes. Bullard's the biggest man in town. Been my neighbor for years. Why, George, I'll be glad when good old Bullard gets back from his vacation.
Why? He won't even talk to you.
Well, I'll admit we haven't always seen eye to eye.
He's never liked you since the time you waited until the wind was right and then burned that old tire.
Perhaps I shouldn't have done that. Bullard's a good man. A good, important man. Yes, sir, I'll have to cultivate him this winter. Never mind, Bertie. I'm right here by the phone.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh, it's you, Gildersleeve.
What? Who is this?
This is Rumson Bullard.
Oh, Mr. Bullard. Are you home?
Gildersleeve, if I were home, would I be phoning you?
What does he want, Unc?
Be quiet.
What can I do for you, Mr. Bullard?
Let me talk to Bertie.
Bertie? Well, where are you?
I'm on my way back from the Canadian Rockies.
Oh? How are the Rockies?
Rocky. Now, will you put Bertie on the phone?
Oh, yes. You want to talk to Bertie?
I want to ask a favor of her.
A favor? Well, you can ask me. I'll do it.
I don't want to ask you.
Yeah, well, think it over. Meanwhile, it's nice to talk to you. You've been gone quite a while, haven't you? We've missed you.
Gildersleeve, stop gibbering and get off the phone.
No, I'm not gibbering. It just sounds that way. Long distance. Besides, Bertie...
Gildersleeve, put Bertie on the phone!
What's the matter, Unc?
Leroy, why don't you go outside?
Somebody come for Bertie?
Oh, Bertie, Mr. Bullard wants to talk to you on the phone.
He does?
Here's Bertie, Mr. Bullard. Anything else I can do for you?
Yes. Go away.
Here, Bertie.
Yes, sir. Hello, Mr. Bullard.
Bertie, I'll be home at 6 o'clock this evening. I wonder if you'll be kind enough to turn on my refrigerator.
Turn on your refrigerator? Is that all he wanted?
Tell him I'll do it, Bertie.
I have a special hiding place for the key.
Yes, sir.
It's in in the mailbox.
In the mailbox.
Tell him I'll take care of it, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Unky.
Bertie, tell Gildersleeve I heard that, and I don't want him in my house.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Bertie.
Oh, you're welcome.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, I guess I'd better get over to Bullard's and turn on his refrigerator. Key in the mailbox, huh, Bertie?
Mr. Gildersleeve, Mr. Bullard sort of insisted I do it.
Well, he probably thought I was too busy.
I think you should let Bertie do it.
What's this, my dear?
Well, if he wanted you to do it, he'd have asked you.
No, Marjorie, let's not be butting into other people's business.
What a character.
There's no hurry about turning on Bullard's refrigerator. I think I'll drop into Hogan Brothers first and see Gloria. And it wouldn't hurt to take her out to Bullard's and let her watch me open the house. Right, George, I'll show her who knows important people.
Mr. Bentley, Pat.
I don't see anybody at the complaint department. Good chance to talk to Gloria. Good morning, Gloria.
Well, Throckmorton, what are you doing so far away from the water department?
Oh, just attending some important business for an important friend of mine.
Oh, who?
Ever hear of Rumson Bullard?
Mr. Bullard? I should say so. He's one of our big accounts.
Well, that's the kind of people I know. The big account people.
Is he really a friend of yours?
Called me from Canada this morning. Long distance.
He did.
At least on his way home from Canada. Look, I even have the key to his house.
I've seen Mr. Bullard's home. It's enormous.
Well, it doesn't look so big to me. Of course, I've been over there so often.
I drove past it the other night with Mr. Krause.
Oh, him. Well, when you're with me, you don't have to drive past it. How'd you like to go inside?
Oh, I'd love to.
Well, if you'd care to drive out someplace for lunch with me, we can stop there on the way. I promised Mr. Bullard I'd check. See if everything's all right in the house. Turn on the refrigerator.
It's a date.
Great.
I haven't had lunch with a handsome man for some time.
What about that assistant manager?
Oh, Throckmorton, Mr. Krause doesn't mean anything to me.
No, Gloria, you go out with him nearly every night.
But this is daytime. I'll meet you at Mr. Bullard's house.
You'll meet me there? Why don't you go with me?
Well, I'm not sure just when I can get off for lunch.
Oh, well, see you out there then. But wait a minute. You don't have a car.
I'll borrow Mr. Krause's.
What? Oh, well, I'll be waiting on the porch. Ta-ta.
Bye.
Well, what's so wrong with that? She's meeting me on Hogan Brothers' time and Krause's gasoline. Gloria should be showing up. It's 12:15. Here comes a car. That must be Gloria.
Hello, Gildy.
Yeah, Judge Hooker. Hello, Judge.
Gildy, what are you doing prowling around on Rumson Bullard's front porch?
I don't know anyone who has a better right to be here. Guess who called me long distance today?
Who?
Rumson Bullard.
Oh?
He wanted me to do him a favor.
What, leave town before he gets here?
Certainly not. He told me where he kept the key to the house and asked me to go in and turn on the refrigerator. Kind of see that everything's all right, that is.
Well, have you done it?
I'm not ready yet.
Oh? What are you standing on the porch swinging Bullard's key for? You want everybody to think you're a friend of his?
Judge, you know me better than that. I'm not the kind who goes around trying to impress people.
Hello, Throckmorton. Am I late?
Well, it's your little friend, Miss McKinley.
Come in, Gloria. Judge, how about shoving off?
Oh, I wouldn't leave now for the world. I like to be around fellows who don't try to impress people.
Old goat.
Oh, it's Judge Hooker.
How do you do, Miss McKinley?
Judge, are you a friend of Mr. Bullard, too?
Well, I happen to be his attorney. Open the door, Gildy, and let's go in.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I'm just mad about big, beautiful homes like this.
Well, I'm a little blasé about it, I guess. Living across the street and all. After you, Gloria.
Oh, thank you. Mothballs.
Well, Rumson doesn't take chances with his fine tapestries and Persian rugs.
Gloria, the tapestries are those rugs on the wall.
No, we have them at the store. Nothing like these, of course.
You wait until you see Bullard's antiques. They're very old.
If I were you, Gildy, I'd turn on the refrigerator and get out. You know how fussy Rumson is about his house.
Judd, I'm just showing Gloria around. Now, this is the den. Oop, closed closet.
You need somebody to show you around.
Judge, why don't you open that door? The one that leads outside.
Yeah, I think I will. If you're going to be poking around in here, I want no part of it. Good day, Miss McKinley.
Goodbye, Judge.
Come on, Gloria. I want to show you the den.
All right.
Now, let's see.
There's a big desk in there.
Oh, well, that's Bullard's study.
My, what a lot of books.
Yeah. Let's go in and study.
Throckmorton. What a gorgeous desk.
Yeah, solid mahogany.
I can just see you behind a desk like this.
Well, why don't I sit behind it? Deep chair.
Oh, Throckmorton, you look so low and important.
Mr. Kinley, pull up a chair and take a letter.
How can I refuse? You're the boss.
Oh, brother, am I making progress?
I'll even use Mr. Bullard's gold pen.
Atta girl. Assistant manager, turn in your carnation.
I'm ready, sir.
So am I. Dear Miss McKinley. Yeah, scratch that out. Just make it darling.
Throckmorton.
Have you got that?
No ink in the pen.
Oh? Well, here's a whole bottle full. Royal purple. Here, wait till I get the top off. Stuck a little.
Oh, careful, Throckmorton.
No, slipped.
Oh,
Zeke, all over Bullard's rug. Oh, brother.
purple ink. Do you think Mr. Bullard will care?
Care? His Persian rug? I mean, where's my handkerchief? Get a blotter.
Oh, it's no use, Throckmorton. Oh, what a shame. This priceless rug. It's a good thing you know Mr. Bullard so well. You are an old friend of his, aren't you?
Yes, old friend. I'm getting older by the minute.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. A hostess named Hilda had dinner for 8. She planned and she worked so her meal would be great. It would have been 2, but her salad lacked zip. What poor Hilda needed was Miracle Whip. Some poetry, huh? Well, anyway, the idea is a mighty good one. Why let a flat-tasting salad detract from an otherwise perfect meal? Give that salad the bright, sparkling flavor you want it to have. Make it with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip has a wonderful flavor, a lively, teasing flavor, a peppy flavor that's just sharp enough. And it's a flavor you won't find in any other salad dressing. That's because Miracle Whip is made from a secret craft recipe, a recipe that was created to give you the best qualities of good old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine, rich mayonnaise. And Miracle Whip is blended carefully with special beaters to give this salad dressing just the creamy, thick texture and satin smoothness you want. Smooth and delicious, it's no wonder Miracle Whip has become the most popular salad dressing ever created. Actually, Miracle Whip outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it yourself. See how much better tasting your salads can be when you make them with Miracle Whip. Fruit or vegetables, meat or seafood, plain or fancy, they'll be delicious. Tomorrow, get a jar of America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip. Well, all All Mr. Bullard did was phone from out of town and ask Bertie to go across the street and turn on his refrigerator. The great Gildersleeve took over from there.
Uncle Mort, you mean you spilled a whole bottle of ink on Mr. Bullard's Persian rug?
No, Margie, it's nothing serious. Bertie will know how to get it out.
If you'd let Bertie go over and turn on the refrigerator in the first place, it wouldn't have happened.
Well, I wanted to do Mr. Bullard a favor. I want us to be good friends.
Well, you're making a fine start.
No, my dear, I'm afraid I haven't time to discuss it anymore. The ink's drying. Bertie!
In the kitchen!
I don't have to tell Bertie where the ink spot is. I'll just find out how to remove it. Bertie?
Yes, sir?
How do you go about removing an ink spot?
An ink spot?
Well, you might say a good-sized ink stain. The size a whole bottle would make.
Oh, if it's that bad, I'd go down to Mr. Peavey's and get some ink remover.
Well, I haven't much time, Bertie. You must have some home remedies for taking out ink spots.
Well, they say one way to remove ink spots is to soak them in milk.
Milk?
Of course, I haven't tried it, but I hear it works.
But, Bertie, even if the ink comes out, won't the milk leave a stain?
Yes, sir. But if you want to get the milk stains out, you use coffee.
Coffee?
Of course, I haven't tried it, but I hear it works.
Well, I know darn well coffee leaves a stain. I spill it in my tie all the time.
Well, there's ways of getting out coffee.
Oh?
If you want to remove coffee stains, you brush them with glycerine.
Oh, my goodness.
Of course, I haven't tried it, but I hear it works.
Bertie, wouldn't glycerin leave a greasy spot?
Well, if you want to chase a grease spot, you just sprinkle on some talcum powder.
Talcum powder?
You sprinkle it on, rub it in, and take it up with a vacuum cleaner.
But, Bertie...
Of course, I haven't tried it, but I hear it works.
Yes. Bertie, I'm in a hurry.
Yes, sir. You want me to get you the milk, the coffee, the glycerine, the talcum powder, and the vacuum cleaner?
No, thanks. I'll go down to Peavey's. Hello, Peavey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this afternoon?
Peavey, what'll remove ink spots?
Spilt your ink, did you?
What do you think?
I think you spilled your ink.
Oh, brother. Peavey, how do I get it out?
Well, where are the ink spots, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I haven't time to go into that. I have to get the spots out before Bullard comes home today.
What's Mr. Bullard got to do with it?
The ink is on his rug. Hurry up, Peavey.
Well, what's your ink doing on his rug?
It's not my ink, it's his ink. I went over to Bullard's to turn on his refrigerator, and I spilled it on his Persian rug.
My. Does Mr. Bullard have a Persian rug under his refrigerator?
No, Peavey, this happened in his library.
He keeps the refrigerator in the library?
No. I was in his library with Miss McKinley.
Oh, you two were raiding the refrigerator.
We were not. Now, how about selling me some ink remover?
Well, I'd like to, Mr. Gildersleeve, but it just happens that I've sold the last bottle.
Why didn't you tell me that when I came in?
You didn't ask me.
Oh, my goodness.
You just asked me what would take out the spots. You didn't ask me if I had any.
Peavey.
But since I don't have any, I'll tell you what will take them out.
Oh, what?
Milk.
Zeke.
Of course. I haven't tried it, but I hear it works.
I'm right back where I started. Well, whatever I do, I have to work fast. See you later, Peavey.
Mr. Gildersleeve,
Yes?
if you don't mind my asking, just what was Miss McKinley doing at Mr. Bullard's house?
She came in to help me turn on the refrigerator. It's true, Peavey. Besides, you have no right to meddle in my affairs. I know what I'm doing.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Sorry, Leroy, but I'm working against the deadline. Bullard's train comes in at 6 o'clock. He'll be walking in that front door at 5 after.
How much could he sue you for if you don't take out this spot?
Leroy, let's not speculate. Get busy.
Okay.
You pour the bottle of milk on the spot, and I'll scrub with this brush. We'll just hope the milk doesn't leave a stain, that's all.
It's a brown rug, Unc. Maybe we should use chocolate milk.
Leroy.
Sure. I'll run down to Mr. Peavey's and get 3. 1 for you, 1 for me, and 1 for the rug.
Young man, pour the milk.
Okay. You know, Unc, I got a feeling this ain't gonna work.
Well, I'll scrub a little and see. More milk, Leroy.
Okay, it's your funeral.
Yeah, I'll give it a good scrub. Uh-oh. The brush doesn't absorb enough. Hand me one of Mr. Bullard's towels.
Sure.
Yeah, they'll do the trick. Yeah, look, Leroy. It's coming out of the rug. The towel's turning purple.
I'll say.
Yeah, hand me some more towels.
Here you are.
By George, it's working like a charm.
Yeah. But how are you going to get the ink out of Mr. Bullard's towels?
Hadn't thought of that.
Can I go now, Unc?
You cannot. You're in this as deep as I am. Leroy, keep your eye on Mr. Bullard's washing machine while I tidy up things.
Oh, gosh, I didn't mind helping you clean the rug, but doing Mr. Bullard's laundry, this is beneath me.
Leroy, I have to get the ink out of the towels.
Yeah, get the ink out of the towels or get the heck out of town.
Uh-oh. Wonder who's at the front door.
Gosh, maybe it's Mr. Bullard home early.
Leroy, that's a morbid thought.
You mind if I slip out the back way?
You stick right here in the service porch.
Okay, gosh.
I'll go see who it is. I may not get to the door before dark. Coming! Who is it?
It's your friendly neighborhood druggist.
Ilford. Peavey, what are you doing here?
Yeah, let me come in and I'll tell you.
Yeah, all right. Come on back to the service porch.
You know, after you left the pharmacy, Mr. Gildersleeve, I happened to run across a stray bottle of ink remover.
Well, thanks, Peavey, but everything's been taken care of. I'm using the washing machine.
You got the rug in the washing machine?
No, towels, Peavey.
Well, how did towels get into this?
It's a long story, Peavey. Let's forget it.
Okay, well. My, this is a big house.
We're nearly there, Peavey.
Hi, Miss Peavey.
Yeah, hello, Leroy.
How you doing, Leroy?
How do I know?
Well, looking through the glass in the washing machine, I'd say I need a little more soap. Think I'll open the door and dump some in.
Are you supposed to open the door with the machine running?
Why not?
Oh! Watch it out, the water's coming out.
Confound it. I dropped the soap box in the machine.
Close the door, huh?
I'm trying to. There.
Hey, the suds are pouring out the top.
Ah, looks like Old Faithful.
Running all over the floor.
Mr. Bullard isn't going to like this.
Quiet, Peavey. Leroy, man the mop.
Okay.
We have to keep it out of the kitchen. You'll flood the house. Peavey, wait over and close the door.
No, thank you. I'm not taking my bath till Saturday night.
That Mr. Gildersleeve, he must have had a merry time over there this afternoon.
It serves him right, Bertie. He should have let you go over and turn on Mr. Bullard's refrigerator.
I wonder why he don't want Mr. Gildersleeve in his house.
Oh, he's just allergic to Unky.
Boy, am I bushed.
Well, personally, I feel better now that I'm in some dry clothes.
Did you get the ink out of Mr. Bullard's rug?
Well, that was nothing. We had to wash his towels, mop the soap suds off the floor, and scrub them off the ceiling.
Off the ceiling?
Well, I guess I did use a dash too much soap. But by George, I got everything slicked up and neat as a pin. Bullard will never know anything happened.
You got through just in time. Mr. Bullard's over there now.
Say, come to think of it, he doesn't even know I did a little favor for him. I better go over and tell him.
Why don't you play it smart, Unc, and stay on your own side of the street?
Leroy, if Mr. Bullard and I are going to be friends, he should know when I do him a favor.
You won't have to go over, Unky. Here he comes across the street.
Well, great. I'll open the door for him. Hello, Mr. Bullard. Welcome home.
Hello, Gildersleeve.
I was just about to come over and tell you that I personally took care of things at your house today.
Oh? I didn't think it was Birdie.
Oh? Something wrong, Mr. Bullard?
Yes.
Well, I was sure I got all the ink out of your rug.
Ink on my Persian rug?
Naturally, we got a little on your towels, but we washed them all out.
You washed my towels?
And when the washing machine overflowed, we didn't let it go beyond the butler's pantry.
Well, this is news.
You mean you didn't know?
No, I didn't.
Then, Mr. Bullard, what are you angry about?
Gildersleeve, you forgot to turn on my refrigerator!
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. A tempting, fancy salad main dish deserves something special in the way of a bread or cracker accompaniment. So try hot cheese-filled rolls, corn sticks, or oven-toasted crackers. That good-looking salad deserves something special in the way of dressing, too. So use Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip is so delicious it makes any salad, elegant or plain, taste better than ever. Try it. See what the lively, teasing flavor of Miracle Whip can do for your salad favorites. See why millions prefer Miracle Whip.
What's the idea of sitting out here on the front steps?
Oh, just waiting to hear from Mr. Bullard.
Waiting to hear from him? He said he was going back home and take a shower.
That's right.
But he was sore. He said if you ever set foot on his property again, he'd call the cops.
Yes, I know.
Well, what are you waiting for? I don't get it.
You will, my boy.
How do you know you're going to hear from him?
You wait.
When you do hear from him, what are you going to hear?
You'll see.
Well, when you hear what you're going to hear, what are you going to do?
You watch.
Gildersleeve!
Hey, there he is at the window. You were right, Unc.
You bet. Hello, Mr. Bullard.
Gildersleeve, I'm soaking wet. Get me a dry towel.
What's the matter, Mr. Bullard? No dry towel?
You know there are. You washed them all, you big lummox.
Well, too bad I can't come on your property, Mr. Bullard.
Gildersleeve, I'm freezing. Bring me a towel.
All right, I will. First thing tomorrow morning.
Gildersleeve!
By George, it's good to have old Bullard back. Good night, folks.
Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Marvin Miller, Gloria Blondell, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve.
What's your favorite kind of sandwich? Cheese, ham, chicken? Whichever it is, it'll taste better than ever with Miracle Sandwich Spread. Try it. See what wonderful tang, what a delicious lift Miracle Sandwich Spread gives your sandwich. Miracle Sandwich Spread is made by Kraft from America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip, and spicy relishes. For a really thrifty sandwich, use Miracle Sandwich Spread alone between slices of bread. Get a jar tomorrow. Miracle Sandwich Spread.
Tonight, hear the best of Groucho on NBC.
the Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. When the average boy makes up his mind he wants something, he can be quite a pest around the house. When the great Gildersleeve's nephew Leroy wants something, he's not only a pest around the house, but he follows his uncle wherever he goes.
Bertie, where's Unc?
He was upstairs primping.
Primping?
Then he went skipping across the street to call on Miss Winthrop.
Yeah? I guess I'll follow him over there.
Leroy, Miss Winthrop just got back from a summer vacation. Your uncle's got to catch up on his courting.
Okay, I'll just sit in the parlor with him and let him court. I ought to see Babs anyway.
Why don't you bring Babs over here and play records or something and let her mother and Mr. Gildersleeve have the parlor over there?
Nah, I hate to do it to Unc, but I gotta pester him.
What you after now, boy?
Well, gosh, all summer Unc's been promising to help me get a permit to drive a car. And here's school starting and I don't have it yet.
Well, maybe he thinks you're not quite ready for that.
Well, a lot of sensible kids my age have driver's permits. That lets you drive a car when you're with somebody else. I'm going to hang around Unc and his date until he gets so sick of me he'll agree to anything to get rid of me.
Poor Mr. Gildersleeve. His happy twosome is about to become a gruesome threesome.
Well, Paula, it's good to have you back home.
Oh, thank you, Throckmorton. It's good to be home. Babs could hardly wait to get back in school.
I can hardly wait to get back in school either, teacher. Where do you want me to sit this year? Right here on the couch? By you?
If you like.
Yeah. You have a nice tan, Paula. You have to spend a lot of time sunbathing.
Oh, I practically lived on the beach. Took a lot of pictures.
Well, do you have the pictures? Love to look at snapshots.
Yes, I have some right here.
Great. Let's see them. I like the bathing suits this year.
Oh, then you'll be interested in this picture.
Oh?
This is Uncle Jasper on the beach.
Oh. Is that really your Uncle Jasper, or is that a bathing suit hanging on a limb?
Now, Throckmorton.
Well, the heck with pictures. Let's enjoy being alone together. It isn't often we get away from Babs and Leroy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll be more successful this year.
Why, George, I sneaked out on Leroy tonight. I just had to see you alone.
I wanted to see you, too. There were times this summer when I missed you very much, Throckmorton.
Well, it was a dull summer for me, too. No girl. I should have been there.
Evenings were quite chilly. I'd light a log in the fireplace and sit all alone listening to the pounding of the surf.
No fooling? Paula, it's anything but chilly in here. But I wonder if we shouldn't light a fire.
Why not? It's early autumn.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. What an evening this is going to be. Oop, doorbell.
I wonder who that is. Excuse me, Throckmorton.
Hurry back, Paula. Gildersleeve, she missed you. You're irresistible. Especially when they don't see you.
Why, Leroy. Hello, Mrs. Winthrop.
What's he doing here?
May I come in? Why, of course.
Oh, no.
Hi, Unc. Are you here?
Am I here?
I believe Babs is upstairs, Leroy. I'll call her.
Oh, that's okay. I'll sit and talk to you two until she comes down.
Oh, Leroy.
Oh, I don't mind waiting. I got all night.
Well, I never believed in girls keeping boys waiting. There's one thing about you, Paula. When I have a date, you don't keep me waiting.
Well, you two are older. You're getting anxious.
Leroy, I'll run up and tell Babs you're here.
Leroy, I didn't know you were coming over.
Oh, I didn't have anything else to do. And I thought it might be a good time to ask you when I'm going to get my driver's permit.
Leroy, this is no time to push for that. Now, when Babs comes down, you two scram.
Oh, gosh, we don't have any place to go. But if I had my driver's permit...
Young man,
I'm terribly sorry, Leroy, but Babs is asleep. She went to bed early.
Well, good. Nothing to be sorry about.
Heck no, I'll just sit here and chat with you two.
Oh, my gosh.
What were you talking about when I came in?
Oh, we were just talking about things that happened this summer.
Yeah? What happened?
Well, I was just telling Paula it was very dull for me with no girlfriend around. Leroy.
What's Throckmorton been up to, Leroy?
If he dares mention Gloria McKinley and Hogan Brothers.
Gosh, I guess I said something wrong.
Leroy, let's watch it.
Well, Unc, if I had my driver's permit, I wouldn't be hanging around so much, saying the wrong thing.
This is beginning to sound interesting.
Now, Gloria. Paula.
What did you call me?
Now who's saying the wrong thing?
Paula, don't let Leroy get you confused. Let's talk about something else. Say, the trees are changing color. Let's drive out in the country tomorrow evening and watch them change. I'll have Bertie pack a nice supper to eat in the moonlight.
Oh, I'd enjoy that.
Keen, Babs and I would enjoy that.
Leroy, I mean a supper for two.
Gosh, Unc, I hope you don't think I'm trying to tag along and maybe say the wrong thing again. But if I had my driver's permit...
Young man, are you making a nuisance of yourself just to get your driver's permit?
Well...
Because if you are, I have only one thing to say.
Yeah?
We'll get it first thing in the morning.
About?
I made Unc come through. I sat him out last night.
You did?
Yeah, this morning he's taking me down to get my driver's permit. Boy, I can't wait to get behind the wheel.
Beep, beep. Well, Leroy, now that you're going to get the permit, are you sure you know what you have to do to get it?
What do you mean, Bertie?
You just don't go down there and tell the law you want a permit.
I know.
It ain't just driving a car. You got rules to learn.
Oh, heck, I know the rules. Don't turn around in the middle of a block. Don't run through a red light. There's nothing to it, Bertie.
Well, you wouldn't get Bertie down there. I'd be too nervous. Like my sister's husband. He went down to get his driver's license, and you should have seen the list of questions.
Yeah?
And when they gave him that driving test, oh, man.
Oh, I can pass that.
Well, you think you can till you get in that car and the law gets in right with you.
Yeah, but...
He tells you to do things you're supposed to do, and he also tells you to do some things you ain't supposed to do. And if you don't do the things you're supposed to do and do the things you ain't supposed to do, you're done.
Gee, I think I know what to do.
Of course, you may not get as nervous as my brother-in-law. They would tell him to put out his hand to turn right and put up his hand to turn left. Put down his hand, don't turn. He had so many hands signaling he didn't have any left to keep on the steering wheel.
He didn't get his license, huh, Bertie?
He didn't need no license. He sold his car.
Yeah.
Are you about ready to go down for your license?
I'm not so sure I want one.
Come on, Leroy. You're lagging behind.
Gosh, Unc, I don't think I'll take my driver's test today.
No, Leroy, you're just worried because of what Bertie said.
Yeah.
By George, I'm going to see that you get your driver's permit today. I'm tired of having you hound me for it. Following me around, sitting in on all my dates.
You're right, Unc. I've been a sneaky little kid. I think you should send me home and make me forget all about the driver's permit.
No, Leroy.
gosh, what if I don't pass? All the kids will laugh at me.
You'll pass all right. Anybody with average intelligence can pass a driver's test. Let's go inside.
Okay. But I don't know if I've got average intelligence. I got a D in history, you know.
History has nothing to do with driving a car. Now step up to the window.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, officer. Good morning. This is my nephew, Leroy Forrester. I brought him down to get a driver's permit.
Well, he's pretty small, isn't he?
Yes, small for his size. But he's within the age limit. Aren't you, my boy?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's fill out a little form here. You're sponsoring him?
Oh, yes, indeed.
And what is your name?
What's my name? Well, I just happen to be the city water commissioner, that's all.
Occupation Water Commissioner. Now, what's your name?
Oop. I'm Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, and I can see you're new around here, and very impertinent for a rookie policeman.
I'm a sergeant.
Well, you're impertinent for a rookie sergeant.
Don't antagonize him. He's going to give me the test.
Oh, yes.
Young fellow, here's your written traffic examination. Just answer the questions. You'll find pen and ink over there on the table.
Wow, 30 questions. Can you help me?
Oh, I'm afraid not, my boy. You're the one who's taking the examination, not me. But be calm the way I am.
Don't be too concerned about it, young man. You can miss 5 and still pass.
I can?
Then all you have to do is get in a car with an officer and show him you can drive.
Sure, go ahead, my boy. Nothing to be upset about. Why, I could take that test blindfolded.
Okay, I'll try.
The boy's a little nervous, Sergeant. But I guess all youngsters are when they first come down here.
It isn't just the beginners. Some of the old-timers get a little nervous, too.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Wouldn't bother me.
Now then, since you'll be responsible for your nephew, I'll have to see your driver's license. You have one, of course.
You bet I've got one. Right here in my wallet. Yeah, there you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I drive all the time. I'd be a fool not to have a driver's license.
Well, Commissioner, I won't be so impertinent as to call you a fool, but you don't have a driver's license.
I don't?
It expired 2 months ago.
You did?
Of course, as you told your nephew so many times, there's nothing to be nervous about.
No, of course not. Who's nervous?
Let's see. Lunch hour coming up. You can take your driver's test at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Well, there's no hurry. I'll drop in one of these days.
If you want to drive your car, Commissioner, you'll take it today.
No, don't get pushy, Junior G-Man.
Junior G-Man?
Yeah, I'll come back at 2 and take your old written test.
Fine. But your license having lapsed, you'll also have to take a driving test.
Yeah, all right, I'll take that, too. Anything to get you out of my hair. Who do I have to see to prove I can drive?
Me.
Oh!
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. The Bridge Club was meeting at Ella O'Leary's, and Ella got nervous and made quite a slip. She trumped Betsy's ace, but saved her face with a luscious big salad and Miracle Whip. Quite a poem, huh? Well, you know, a salad made with Miracle Whip tastes so good it can make you forget even something as important as a trumped ace. Miracle Whip has a simply delicious flavor, a wonderful, lively, teasing flavor. And it's a flavor that's truly different, one no other salad dressing in the world has. That's because Miracle Whip is made from a secret recipe created by Kraft, a recipe that gives you a salad dressing with the best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine, rich mayonnaise. And Miracle Whip is blended with care a very special way to give it just the smooth, creamy, thick texture you want. Here's a truly superb salad dressing. But don't take my word for it. Try it yourself tomorrow. Try it on fruit salads, vegetable salads, in meat and seafood salads, too. One taste, and you'll agree with the millions who have made Miracle Whip the most popular salad dressing ever created. In fact, Miracle Whip is so popular, it actually outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Make better-tasting salads. Make them with the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. Well, when the great Gildersleeve took Leroy down for his first driver's permit, he assured his nervous nephew that there was nothing to it. Then he discovered that his own driver's license had expired and the shoe is on the other foot, and it's beginning to pinch.
Feet hurt. That badge-happy sergeant made me leave my car at the police station and walk all the way home.
You gotta go back at 2 o'clock and take the test, huh, Unc?
Yeah, if I can make it.
Too bad you had to run in with that police sergeant. I got along swell with him when he gave me the driving test.
Great.
He said I was a very intelligent little kid.
Good.
Couldn't believe you're my uncle.
Oh?
I guess you're pretty proud of me, passing all the tests, huh, Unc?
Well, yes, I am. I'm very proud of you, my boy.
Keen. Now I won't be pestering you for my driver's permit. I won't be always hanging around when you got a date. Just think, tonight you and Mrs. Winthrop can go on your picnic all alone.
Well...
Just you two eating hard-boiled eggs in the moonlight.
Quiet, Leroy. I'm studying the questions on this traffic examination.
Lucky for you, I brought a set home, huh, Unc?
Well, naturally, I know the answers, but it doesn't hurt to cram a little before the exam.
Oh, there's nothing to it, Unc. Like you told me, anybody with average intelligence can pass a driver's test.
Yes.
Well, there's nothing to get upset about. Don't be nervous. Be calm, like you told me.
Leroy, stop telling me what I told you.
Okay. That's on the table. Oh, boy, come on, Unc.
Not just yet, my boy.
Don't you want some lunch, Miss Gildersleeve?
Well, I'm not hungry, Bertie.
You? Not hungry?
Besides, I have to be at the police station at 2 o'clock.
Police station? Mr. Gildersleeve, are you in trouble?
Not necessarily, Bertie. Of course, I do have to go down and renew my driving license.
Well, then, you're not in trouble.
Well, I have to answer a lot of questions and then prove to them I can drive.
You can drive good enough to get by.
Right?
I've seen you do it. You're not in trouble.
Well, I had a little brush with the sergeant down there.
Oh, you've tangled with him before, but you never got in trouble.
I'm afraid I got a little excited and called this sergeant a rookie cop.
So you called the sergeant a rookie. You're not in trouble.
Yeah, but, Bertie, this sergeant happens to be the one who's giving me the driving test.
Uh-oh. You're in trouble.
By George, some of these questions are sticklers. On the way down, I think I'll stop in and talk to Peavey. He's the most cautious driver I know. He'll know the answers. Hello, Peavey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Well, first of all, you might give me a cigar.
Give you one or sell you one?
You know what I mean, Peavey. Here's the money.
Well, there's nothing like a good cigar after lunch, they say. You do want a good cigar, don't you?
Naturally.
And then drop another dime on the counter.
All right, Peavey. Might as well spend it on cigars. Can't spend it on gasoline.
How's that?
My car's at the police station, Peavey.
You don't say. What did it do?
Nothing.
Well, then I'd get it a good lawyer.
Peavey, my driver's license expired.
Oh, you're the one who needs a lawyer.
No, confound it, I don't need a lawyer.
You going to plead the case yourself?
Peavey, stop and let me talk.
Yes, go ahead and talk.
I'm on my way down to take my driver's test. I thought you could give me a little help on some of these questions.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, I think Mrs. Peavey would be the one to ask. She does most of the driving.
No, Peavey, whenever you two go out, Mrs. Peavey is in the back seat.
And that's what I say.
Yes. Of course, I know the answers to most of these questions, but here's one that has me confused. If you're going up a narrow mountain road and meet a car coming down, would you pull over and stop or continue up the mountain?
I wouldn't do either one.
Peavey, you'd have to do one or the other.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't dare take my car up in the mountain.
Oh, my goodness.
But to answer your question, any driver with average intelligence knows the car coming downhill has the right-of-way.
Well, that's the way I had it marked.
And then why are you marking it again?
All right, Peavey. I'll admit I came to you because you're such a careful driver. You know all the answers. Consequently, you never break a traffic regulation.
Thank you.
Well, I've got to be going, Peavey.
By the way, Mr. Gildersleeve, when you go back to the police station, will you give him this $5? It's for parking by a fire plug.
Parking by a fire plug? You know better than that.
Yeah, yes, but Mrs. Peavey spied a bargain sale, and when she says park, I park.
Oh, my goodness. See you later, Peavey. By George, I'll show this uppity sergeant. Yeah, I'll bet he's never seen anybody take the written test so fast. Of course, all I had to do was copy the answers off my sheet onto the one he gave me. No use reading all those complicated questions again. Yeah, that does it. Sergeant?
Yes, Commissioner.
Take a look at this.
Very well. Now, let's see.
Oh, there's no use spending a lot of time checking. You won't find anything wrong.
Quiet, please. I'm fascinated.
I'll bet you've never seen anything like my paper.
No, I haven't. In all my experience, I've never seen anything like it.
You haven't,
Out of 30 questions, you've missed only 28.
Well, that's... What? That's impossible. I copied the answers off my other sheet. I mean...
Commissioner, we're prepared for that. We have 3 different sets of questions.
What a sneaky way to run a traffic department.
Come along, Commissioner.
Did I pass this time, Sergeant?
Barely.
Good.
Anybody with average intelligence can pass the written test if they'll take the time to analyze the questions.
I wish people would stop stressing average intelligence when they talk to me.
This is your car, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it.
Let's see how you are behind the wheel.
Well, hello, Officer Dolan.
Whoop, Judge Hooker.
Hello, Judge.
What are you doing, escorting this vagrant to the edge of town?
All right, Judge. I'm taking a driver's test.
Well, this should be interesting. Officer, do you mind if I climb in the back seat and go along?
There's no law against it.
Well, I'm against it.
Look, I have work to do. Let's go.
Yeah, hop in, Gilda.
Judge, if you must come along, be quiet. Don't make me nervous.
Now, Gilda, I won't say a word unless, of course, I see you doing something wrong.
Start the motor, Commissioner.
What does the water commissioner have in the gas tank? Water?
Judge.
Commissioner.
Yes?
You could try turning on the ignition.
Ignition? Oh, yes. Just warming up the starter.
Gilda, when you pull away from the curb, you hold out your hand.
I know that.
Well, do it.
I'm doing it.
Now make a left turn at the next intersection, Commissioner.
Yes, sir. I mean, you're all right.
Gilda, are you sure you should make a left turn? Sometimes they ask you to do things you aren't supposed to do.
I know that, Judge, but he isn't going to catch me.
Well, let's see what the traffic sign says.
Judge, I can read the signs.
It says no U-turn, so you can make a left turn. Go ahead, make your left turn.
Confounded Horace. Oop, past the intersection.
Yes, you did.
Well, better to be safe than sorry.
Now let's see if we can make a right turn.
You mean right here in the middle of the block?
If I were you, I'd wait until I got to the corner.
Yes, sir.
Gildy, I'm surprised at you.
Horace, stop breathing down the back of my neck. Now, let's see. For a right turn, I stick my arm out the window, hold up my hand. Here we go on the turn.
Commissioner, stop waving at the people across the street.
He isn't waving, he's trembling.
Judge, if I fail this test, I'm going to sue you.
Now, Gildy, if you fail today, you can take it again tomorrow.
I can't fail. I have a date with Paula tonight. We're picnicking.
Well, let's break up this picnic. I want to see how well you can park.
Oh, I'm good at parking. There's a spot.
Gildy.
quiet, Judge. I'm parking.
But I think you should know.
I know how to back into a parking space. Quiet.
But, Gildy.
Quiet, Judge.
All right.
There, Sergeant. What do you think?
Look out my window and tell me what you think.
You went... Zeke, fire plug. Beautiful evening for a picnic, Paula.
Isn't it? There'll be a moon tonight, Throckmorton.
Yeah. This is living. Nothing like the fall season. Leaves turning, a riot of color. Look at those pumpkins over there in the field.
The countryside is gorgeous. I'm so glad you thought of this drive.
Well, I use my noodle once in a while.
And you were sweet to invite Leroy and Babs to come with us.
Yeah, that's me. Sweet.
Of course, it came as a little surprise to me. After you raved last night about not wanting Leroy to always tag along.
Well, say, here's an intersection coming up. Stop sign. When we come to a stop sign, we put out our hand and stop.
I know, Unc. Who's got the driver's license, you or me?
Great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Do you like chicken salad? Then try this unusually delicious variation. Add drained canned pineapple chunks to that salad. It's wonderful. And to be sure your pineapple chicken salad is at its best, make it with a truly fine salad dressing. Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip has a perfect, peppy flavor all its own, a flavor you won't find in any other salad dressing. Get a jar of delicious, different-tasting Miracle Whip tomorrow. See what wonderful things it can do for your salads, the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing.
Morning, Miss Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Bertie.
Did you have a nice time last night?
We sure did, didn't we, Unc?
Oh, yes, great.
There's your bacon and eggs, Leroy. What you gonna have, Miss Gildersleeve?
Just bring me some carrots, Bertie.
Carrots?
Yep. I'm going to sharpen up my eyesight. I've joined the Ground Observer Corps. See those planes better when they go over.
Why don't you stick some carrots in your ears? Maybe you can hear them better.
Leroy.
Only kidding, Unc.
Well, I should think so. The Ground Observer Corps is a mighty important thing. They help the radar boys to watch for unidentified planes. Now, folks, this is a vital service that you can do for your country right now. The Ground Observer Corps needs volunteers, men and women, all ages. It only takes a few hours a week, and by George, you'll be doing a big part in helping to guard our country. Phone or write your nearest Civil Defense Center. Don't put it off. Do it now. Good night. See you next week.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Gene Bates, Lillian Randolph, Bob Bruce, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying good night for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
There are two kinds of delicious Kraft prepared mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. And whichever you prefer, remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Try it on cold sandwiches, hamburgers, frankfurters, and cold cuts. Enjoy the wonderful sauces you can make for hot meat and vegetable courses with Kraft prepared mustard. Keep both kinds on hand and keep the whole family happy. Get mild Kraft mustard and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added at your favorite food store.
Tonight, You Bet Your Life returns to NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. In a town like Summerfield, an affable, gregarious individual like the great Gildersleeve forms a lot of fast friendships. And in spite of his demanding job as water commissioner, he manages to spend a little time each day with his cronies. He's quite proud of the fact that he knows everybody and everybody knows him.
Well, here comes Mrs. Spaulding. Hello, Mrs. Spaulding. Mrs. Spaulding? Mrs. Spaulding? She didn't recognize me. Yeah, I don't know her too well. I've only seen her picture in the society pages. Oh, well, I guess I'll drop in the pharmacy and have a cup of coffee with my old friend Peavey. Hello, Peavey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
I'd like a cup of your coffee, Peavey.
Very well.
And you have one with me.
Do I have to?
Well, I'm paying for it.
I just had a cup. You can pay for that one if you want to.
Yeah, Peavey, you're quite a fellow. It's refreshing to get out of the office and come here for a chat.
Are you sure you don't come here just to get out of work?
No, I love my work. I love my town. And my friends.
My.
Fellows like you, Peavey.
Mr. Gildersleeve, if you're figuring on borrowing some money, you better see another friend.
No. I don't want a thing. I'm just counting my blessings. Now, take Judge Hooker standing over there across the street.
He's a blessing?
If I want to play pinochle or go bowling for an evening, Judge is my man.
Well, you can have him.
Say, he's going into Beckman's pharmacy. Why is he trading with your competitor?
Because I won't let the old coot in here.
Peavey, what are you saying?
I'm saying if the judge sticks his head in my door, I'll go back to the fountain and pick out the biggest egg I got.
Peavey, I don't believe it.
And I wouldn't advise you to be standing behind him in case he ducks. Darned old coot.
Peavey, the judge is a friend of yours.
He's no friend of mine, darned old coot.
Now, Peavey, settle down. What happened?
I'd rather not discuss the old coot.
But you and the judge and I have been friends for years. I'm entitled to know what happened. What happened?
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll have to ask a favor of you.
Oh?
Don't mention his name in my pharmacy.
But I have to get to the bottom of this. I have to mention him.
Well, kindly refer to him as that old coot.
Peavey, don't call the judge that old coot.
Very well, I'll call him that old critter, the old coot.
Oh, my goodness. What's going on here? Judge, you in your office?
Come in, Gilda.
I was a little surprised to see you go in Beckman's pharmacy this morning.
Gilda, as far as I'm concerned, Beckman's is now the only pharmacy.
What about Peavey?
Peavey is a pill.
No, Judge.
I might add that Peavey is a bitter pill.
Horace, what's come over you and Peavey?
Please don't mention his name. When you do, it's like waving a red flag in front of a bull.
You know, Bull, you're an old goat. Now, you listen to me.
Oh, balderdash.
But, Judge, tell me what happened to your friendship.
We never had a friendship. It was a mock, a sham, and a delusion. And Peavey proved it the other evening.
What did he do?
Never mind. But after our set to, I was so enraged, I went home and struck him off of my Christmas card list.
What is going on here? By George, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. What a day. I can't understand what came between Peavey and the judge. Oh, well, I wonder what's in the evening paper. I hope the headline isn't Juris Slugs Druggist.
Bertie!
Oh, come in, Marjorie.
Oh, hello, Unky. I didn't know you were home.
Yeah, just settling down with the newspaper.
Did you call me, Miss Marjorie?
Bertie, I just want to return your pie pan and borrow a tea bag.
Oh, Miss Marjorie, you're welcome to the tea bag, but that ain't my pie pan.
Oh, yes, it is, Bertie.
No, ma'am, I got my pie pan the day I went over to buy your bottle of bluing.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that was your bottle of bluing anyway.
No, ma'am, that was no more my bottle of bluing than this pie pan is my pie pan.
Now, wait a minute. How can a man read his paper? I've heard enough arguments today.
Oh, we're not arguing, Unky.
Oh, no, sir. Miss Marjorie's just trying to give me a pie pan. It ain't my pie pan because I got my pie pan the day I went over to borrow her bottle of bluing, which she thinks is my bluing, which ain't no more my bluing than her pie pan's my pie pan because the bluing's her bluing. See, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yeah, it's as clear as bluing.
Yes, sir.
Haven't things gone well today, Unky?
No. I spent the day trying to straighten out a big squabble.
Oh?
Judge Hooker and Peavey won't even speak to each other.
Why?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. I have to bring them back together.
Unky, I'd like to suggest that you stay out of it.
I can't. You know me. I mean, it's ridiculous for them to go on like this.
It'll blow over if you just let them alone. Why, Bronco and I have gone a whole half day without speaking to each other.
Well, you and Bronco are married. You're expected to have arguments. But Peavey and the judge are friends. Lifelong friends. And they're going to stay friends if I have to knock their heads together.
Unky, if I were you...
Marjorie, let's not meddle.
All right. How long has the feud been going on?
I don't know. When I was in Peavey's this morning, I happened to see the judge across the street at Beckman's Pharmacy. So I asked Peavey why the judge didn't come over.
Hi, Unc. Hi, Marge.
Hello, my boy.
Hello, Leroy.
And he said he didn't dare come over.
Who didn't dare come over?
You mean he didn't want him in the store?
Who didn't want who in what store?
Not only that, he said if he stuck his head in the door, he'd throw an egg at him.
No.
Who'd throw an egg at who?
In fact, I was amazed, Marjorie. When I merely mentioned the judge's name, he flew up in my face.
Who flew up in your face?
Leroy, this doesn't concern you.
It does if somebody flies up in your face. You're my uncle. Who flew up in your face?
Leroy, please. Then, Marjorie, he started name-calling.
He did?
The mayor started calling you names again?
No, Leroy.
Well, and who are you in a fight with?
I'm not in a fight with anyone.
Well, then who flew up in your face?
Mr. Peavey, Leroy.
Mr. Peavey? Unc, you shouldn't fight with Mr. Peavey.
I'm not fighting with Peavey.
What's the matter? You afraid of him?
No, Leroy, you don't understand.
Well, I'm trying.
Well, stop asking questions.
Okay.
Listen, I'll have to run home, Unky. I'll hear the rest of it some other time.
Miss Marjorie, don't forget the tea bag.
What tea bag?
Leroy, go wash for dinner. And don't ask what dinner. Fine weather we're having, Judge. Nice night for bowling. Not too cold, not too hot. Just right, you might say.
It's nice of you to pick me up, Gildy, but I'm surprised since you rarely care for bowling.
Well, this seems to be the right night for it.
Isn't this your night to have a date with Mrs. Winthrop?
I decided to forego that pleasure tonight, Judge.
I see. Instead of spending the evening in the parlor, you decided to spend it in the alleys.
Very good, Judge. Very good. Say, here's a parking spot. I think I'll pull in and pick up some cigars.
You're stopping in front of Peavey's.
Why not?
You can get better cigars across the street.
No,
and a much
Judge.
more savory environment.
Judge, why don't you come in with me?
I will not.
Oh, come on. Get out of the car. It'll do you good to stretch your legs.
Thank you, no.
I have to get these two fellas together. Judge,
Yeah?
isn't that your lady friend, Miss Matterhorn, coming down the street?
Where?
Oh, you'll have to get out of the car to see her. At least you should say hello.
Yes, I should.
Yeah, the boy.
Gildy, that isn't Miss Matterhorn. That's a Western Union boy on a bicycle.
Oh, well, now that you're out of the car, let's go to Peavey's.
Gildy, let go. I'm not setting foot inside that man's drugstore.
You're coming in if I have to drag you.
Stop it. You're butting into other people's affairs.
Yeah, I'll open the door now. You go in.
Gildy.
Judge, let go of the door jam. Peavey, look what I have.
I've seen it before. Don't bring it in here.
Don't you worry. I don't care to go slumming.
Oh, coot. Judge, you're going in.
Gildy, stop pushing.
Mr. Gildersleeve, if I were you, I'd stay out of this.
Yes.
Stop giving me advice, you two, and make up.
I told you what I'd do if Hooker stuck his head inside my door.
Gildy, he's picking up an egg.
Oh, but your old friend won't throw it.
Well, now, I wouldn't say that.
Go on in, Judge.
Gildy, he's taking aim.
Oh, go on in. Prove he's afraid to throw that egg. Oh, right in my face. What a sneaky way to treat a peacemaker.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. A pretty new bride named Lily was cooking a meal for her Willie. Things got burned just a shade, but the salad she made with Miracle Whip was a dilly. Well, that may not be great poetry, but it's a great idea, making a salad with Miracle Whip, because even if you're not the world's most experienced cook, you can still be sure the salad will taste wonderful. When it's time to add the salad dressing, you just spoon smooth, creamy, thick Miracle Whip right out of the jar, and you're all set. All set because you've added a salad dressing that's delicious with a lively, teasing flavor, a flavor millions of folks call just exactly right. Why, so many people like Miracle Whip so much that it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created and actually outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Miracle Whip has a distinctive flavor, one you won't find in any other salad dressing. That's because Miracle Whip is made from a secret craft recipe, a recipe that was created to give you the best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine mayonnaise. Get a jar of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing from your grocer tomorrow for colorful fruit salads, for crispy, fresh vegetable combinations, for shimmering gelatin molds, and for meat and seafood salads, too. There's nothing like smooth, delicious Miracle Whip. Well, the great Gildersleeve is having a little trouble getting his old friends Mr. Peavey and Judge Hooker to patch up their quarrel. He doesn't even know what the row is about, but when he assumed the role of a plump dove with an olive branch, he got hit with an egg.
Well, you must admit, Unky, that you asked for it.
Well, now I'm going to get tough with Peavey and the judge. They're going to declare a truce, or I'll know the reason why.
You mean you haven't given up?
Marjorie, two fellow jolly boys are at loggerheads. They need somebody to intercede. Wouldn't you feel that way about old friends, Bertie?
Yes, sir. Of course, it's hard to intercede without getting in the middle.
Yeah, I know.
And if you go get in the middle, you got to be nimble-toed to keep from getting stepped on.
Well...
Of course, I've seen the interceding done by an expert.
Oh?
Yes, sir. The toughest kind of interceding is between a husband and his wife, and I've seen it done by an expert.
Well, I'm open to suggestions.
Wide open.
Marjorie. Proceed, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, it won't work in this case because Mr. Peavey and the judge ain't man and wife.
Well, just tell me what happened, Bertie. What did this expert do?
Well, she went to the wife and agreed with her that her husband was a no-good bum.
Uh-oh.
Bertie, that wasn't very diplomatic.
But it got results. In no time at all, the wife was going to bat for her husband.
Well...
The same thing worked when the expert went to the husband and started running down his wife. He wasn't letting nobody run down his wife.
Say... I might try something like that.
I wouldn't do it, Unky.
No, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, you know what they did to that expert?
What, Bertie?
The wife chased her home with an umbrella, and the husband threatened to sue her for defamation of character, slander, libel, and butting in.
Oh, Bertie, you know they wouldn't do that.
I know they would. I was the expert.
Right, George, this can't miss. I'll walk into Peavey's and start running down the judge. And I know I'll only get so far when Peavey will start defending his old friend. Basically, I know they're very fond of each other. He'll probably get sore at me, but I can take it. There's one thing I'll say for myself. I'm thick-skinned. Hello, Peavey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. I wasn't so sure you'd be back after the egg incident.
Oh, that. Forget it, Peavey.
You understand? I wasn't aiming at you.
Oh, I know that.
I meant to hit the judge.
Peavey, let's not refer to him as the judge. Let's call him what he is, an old coot.
How's that?
I'm just agreeing with you, Peavey. In fact, I'll go you one better and call him a nosy old coot.
Well, I'll agree with you there.
Peavey, have you ever thought how pleasant our Jolly Boys meetings would be if we kicked out the judge? I mean, the old coot.
Yes, I've given that some thought. It's a very pleasant thought.
He's the worst singer in the group.
He's the worst singer in town.
You're right.
I can't stand him when he rears back, gets red in the face, and wails, "Down by the old mill stream." Sounds like a stuck automobile horn.
Peavey, I know in the past you and the judge have been very close.
I'll say he's close, nickel nurser.
Well, that's not quite what I mean. You were once close friends. In fact, so close that you might resent the foul play I'm about to suggest.
What did you have in mind?
Peavey, at the next meeting of the Jolly Boys Club, I'm going to blackball the judge.
Good, we'll both blackball him.
What?
What else can we do to him?
Well, once we've drummed him out of the club, we'll figure out a way to take his law license away from him. Thanks to us, his ex-friends, he won't even be able to make a living. What do you say to that, Peavey?
I say let the old goat eat tin cans.
Oh, my goodness. Stubborn Peavey. Well, if he wants to remain adamant, I'll just have to try to work it on the judge. He's sentimental. When the chips are down, he'll rally to Peavey's defense. Judge? Judge?
Is that so? I see.
Yeah, the judge is on the phone.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. Goodbye.
Yeah, he's edgy. Being on the outs with his old friends getting on his nerves.
What is it, Gildy?
Judge, I just came over to congratulate you.
For what?
For turning your back on that Peavey.
Oh?
You're so right, Judge. He's a pill.
Is that what you came over to tell me?
Well, I have a lot of other snide things to say about him. Yeah, I know how you've always felt about keeping the Jolly Boys together. But it just occurred to me that we ought to blackball Peavey.
Blackball him?
You bet. The old scallywag. Judge, I know you're too fair-minded to let this happen. But I'm trying to figure out a way to close Peavey's drugstore and run him out of town.
Gildy, you have a nerve coming to me with any such proposition.
Yeah, now I've got him on the hook. You don't go for the idea, huh?
I'm amazed that you can be so callous.
Yeah, that's me. Go ahead, Judge. Get mad at me. Defend Peavey.
For your information, I just talked to Peavey.
Great. Then you two have patched things up.
I should say not.
You haven't?
He was on the phone when you came in, reciting with great relish the odious things that you said about me.
Zeke, a fine friend Peavey turned out to be. Well, Bertie, I went to Mr. Peavey and ran down the judge. Then I went to the judge and blasted Peavey.
Yes, sir?
But it didn't work.
No, sir.
Now, I'm going to try once more to get them together, Bertie, and I need your help.
Uh-oh.
I want to invite them both to dinner.
Both at once?
Well, I won't tell one. I've invited the other.
You mean one won't know the other's coming till they get here?
That's the idea, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you want me to set the table with the good plates or the camping equipment?
No, Bertie, there isn't going to be any trouble.
Okay, we'll risk the good china.
But as a precaution, we'll invite Marjorie for dinner. Peavey and the judge are too gentlemanly to start anything in the presence of a lady.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll make the arrangements right away. You prepare some of their favorite dishes, and we'll have them tonight. Any questions?
Just one. Instead of Thursday, can I have tonight off?
After what you did, Unky, I'm surprised the judge and Mr. Peavey accepted your invitation.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out fine. The judge wasn't doing anything, and Mrs. Peavey's out of town. Furthermore, it shows they're both very fond of me.
And of Bertie's cooking.
Yeah, I suppose that has something to do with it.
Oh, boy, I can't wait till I get here. Unc, you ought to be a fight promoter.
Oh, Leroy. I'll go, Bertie. Well, Peavey.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Won't you come in?
Well, that's why I'm here.
Marjorie and Leroy are in the parlor.
Good evening, Mr. Peavey.
Hello, Marjorie.
Hi, Mr. Peavey.
Leroy. I didn't expect to see you here tonight, Marjorie. It looks like we're going to have a big evening.
I'll say.
Watch it, young man.
Somebody else want to get this one?
I have it, Bertie.
Expecting another guest?
Yeah.
Sit down, Peavey. Everybody get comfortable. Hello, Judge.
Well, I came, Gilda.
Shh. I'm glad you did. Come inside.
Why so quiet? Bertie have a cake in the oven?
She's preparing your favorite dishes, Judge.
Say, who's in the parlor?
Who's in the parlor? Well, it's a little surprise.
Peavey.
Yes, it is.
Well, Gilda, give me my hat.
I will not.
Well, then give me mine.
No, Peavey.
I've been tricked. I refuse to stay in the same room with this...
Judge, please. There's a young lady present.
What? Oh.
Good evening, Judge.
Evening, Marjorie. Leroy.
Hi. We've been waiting for you.
Well, dinner'll be ready soon. Let's everybody sit down until Bertie calls us.
Under the circumstances, I guess there's nothing else to do.
Excuse me, I'll go help Bertie.
Yeah, I'd rather go to the kitchen, too.
Peavey, you stay here.
Yeah, don't let the judge chase you out, Mr. Peavey.
He can't chase me anywhere.
Leroy. Don't pay any attention to Leroy's jokes, Peavey. Now then, it's quite obvious that I've been trying to get you two together.
You're wasting your time.
Well, if we're wasting time, why don't I go get the boxing gloves?
Young man, you may go help in the kitchen.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Gilda, and I don't want to seem rude to you, but I just remembered that I have to prepare a brief for court tomorrow morning.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'd like to sneak out of this, too.
Now, just a minute.
Now, fellows. Fellows, you're being downright impolite. We've gone to a lot of trouble here tonight. Why, Bertie has even prepared an outside cut of roast beef for you, Peavey. Isn't that nice? Peavey, I'm talking to you. All right. Go ahead and pout. Judge, I've had Bertie prepare your favorite dish, too. Chicken fricassee. Well, don't you have anything to say?
Thank you.
Peavey?
All right, thank you.
What hard-headed old roosters. Look, fellows, why be at swords' point? The world is too full of bickerings and misunderstandings. The least we can do as individuals is set a good example. Come on, let's smile. Let's be happy. You remember the song we jolly boys used to sing? There are smiles that make us happy. There are smiles that make us blue. Come on, fellows, join in. It's fun. There are smiles that steal away the teardrops as the sunbeams steal away the dew. Yeah, Peavey, you're smiling. Look, Judge, he's even laughing.
Mr. Gildersleeve, it's pretty hard to keep from laughing when you start singing.
Fine. Go ahead and laugh.
Gildy always did have the worst singing voice in the group.
Right, George. Everybody's in good humor again.
Dinner's ready, Auntie.
Great. Marjorie and Peavey and the judge have made up.
Oh, I thought they looked happier.
You bet. Fellows, shake hands. Forgive and forget.
Well,
I'll be first.
no, I want to be the first. Shake, Peavey.
I'm shaking.
Oh, that's the spirit. Marjorie, nobody could have done this but me. I know Peavey and the judge are fond of me. I know how they respect me. I tell you, I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yes, Unky. Bertie's putting things on the table.
Well, dinner can wait a minute. Now, fellows, let's clear the air once and for all. Peavey, Judge, what were you two arguing about in the first place?
Unky, don't you think you better leave well enough alone?
No, Marjorie, it'll do them good to get it off their chests. Come on, fellows. What were you two at odds about?
Gildy, let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, I think we better forget it.
No. I insist. It'll do you good to say it.
Well...
Come on now. Come on. Out with it.
Well, Gildy, I argued that you shouldn't be such a big blowhard.
What?
And I argued you had to be a big blowhard to get by because you didn't have much on the ball.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Now that the youngsters are back in school, chances are you're making lunchbox sandwiches again, Mother. And to make that job easier, make a list of different sandwiches and keep it handy in the kitchen so you won't have to wonder what kind to make at the last minute. But make sure those sandwiches are delicious. Make them with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip has a lively, teasing flavor, a wonderful, peppy flavor most everyone likes. Get a jar tomorrow. For good eating sandwiches and salads, get Miracle Whip.
All right, Leroy. It's not that funny.
You should have seen the expression on your face, Unc.
Now, Leroy, you know as well as I do that the judge and Peavey were just pulling my leg.
No kidding?
Why, of course. We've been friends for years and years. They regard me as the salt of the earth.
Yeah?
Neither of them would think of doing anything to disturb our fine friendship. Why, a little joke is the greatest proof of mutual admiration. When somebody plays a little trick on you, it's just like having them say, "You are my closest friend." We can have little jokes between us because we understand each other. Yes, a little prank now and then just makes a friendship stronger.
That's really true, huh?
You bet. Why, to show his true feelings, the old judge gave me this fine cigar here. Yes, sir, it's great to be well-liked, popular, trusted, admired. Oh! Exploded!
How popular can you be?
Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Delicious cold cuts for luncheon or supper make a welcome change of pace from the hot meals you've been serving. Easy to fix, too. But here's a tip. Be sure there's delicious Kraft prepared mustard on the table. Because when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard, so smooth and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added to give it extra zip. Keep both kinds on hand for different tastes. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
Tonight, play You Bet Your Life on NBC.